Joe McNamara has survived Syria, a torn artery, a helicopter crash rescue, and 2 seasons of missions that changed nothing but oil prices and poll numbers. You know the one thing that's never been touched? Her home. So season 3 opens by breaking the show's last rule. Joe, settled, happy, surrounded by her family, is grabbed by armed men as she leaves for work. And then a title card, 6 months earlier. This is Lioness Season 3, Episode 1, The Spider and the Fly. Full recap and ending explained, full spoilers ahead. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Media Breakdown, and starting today, Season 3 gets the same treatment. Every episode, every Sunday, through the finale on September 20th. You're caught up. Joe stayed in. Cruz is her successor in waiting, and the machine in Washington keeps feeding. Now the machine gets a new enemy. The premiere starts at the destination. For a few minutes, we get a version of Joe we have almost never seen. Healed, home, present, happy. Neil, the girls, an ordinary morning. It's the life 2 seasons of finales kept promising and never delivering. Then she walks out the door to go to work, and several men take her. No firefight, no last stand. Joe McNamara kidnapped off her own driveway. And before you can process it, the show cuts away. Months earlier. Everything that follows, the whole episode, probably the whole season, is the answer to one question. How did the war get all the way to Joe's front door? Hold that thought, because the ending pays it off. At Langley, Byron Westfield briefs Kaitlyn Meade on a walk-in, an informant who approached Kyle, of all people. The meet is staged on the grounds of Georgetown University, the whole team salted through the crowd undercover, while Joe makes the actual contact. The informant is a Ukrainian agent working as a double inside Russia's SVR, and her specialty, she explains, is recruitment and infiltration. She runs honeypot operations. Remember that. What she hands Joe is a name. Alexei Yurimov, head of a secret Russian military intelligence outfit called the SSD, the Special Tasks Department. She wants the CIA to take him, and the catch delivered flat. Yurimov is one of Putin's most trusted enforcers. Grab him, and the retaliation lands on the Ukrainians. There's some prime Sheridan chessboard dialogue here about knocking a major piece off Putin's board, and the CIA, being the CIA, hears serious retaliation and says, worth it. The mission is on. Destination, Donetsk. Ukraine looks nothing like the deserts this show was built on, and the episode wants you to feel it. The team's insertion runs straight through the biggest battlefield sequence the series has ever staged, hundreds of armed explosive drones carpet bombing the line while the team sprints through a forest under the tree cover. Kyle gets the episode's defining line. It's World War I. Crashed into Star Wars. Trenches and bayonets below, drone swarms above. They reach an underground bunker where CIA intelligence officer Amber Wellen is running operations. And waiting inside is a familiar face. Cody, Taylor Sheridan's own old soldier, now rolling with a Delta Force unit. New face alert, Grady, played by Ian Bohan, a by-the-book Delta operator and the unit's primary K-9 handler. File him under Characters Sheridan will make you love right before he hurts you. Intel says Yurimov is inside a pipeline, planning something. Getting to him is the fight. Literally, the 2 teams argue hard over the approach before landing on a plan built around the dogs, using heavy mist as cover in broad daylight. 0600. Joe and Cruz go in with Delta, the rest hold the bunker, Bobby on Overwatch. The K9s are released into the fog first, and what follows is pure carnage. The dogs and the operators tear through the soldiers guarding the pipeline entrance, and catch the geopolitical grenade the show lobs almost casually. The men guarding a Russian intelligence chief's pipeline are North Korean. Season 2 was China and the cartel. Season 3's axis is already wider. On the way in, Joe and Cody clash, the old soldier against the woman who outranks him, and once they are inside the pipeline, the confrontation quickly escalates. In the tight space, the situation becomes chaotic, with stun devices, explosions, and one of the dogs is seriously injured. They manage to capture Yurimov alive. Then comes the detail that reveals exactly how important this target really is. They remove a tracking device from him so his own people cannot follow the signal. The escape becomes a race for survival as they deal with drones overhead. An incoming attack destroys the building behind them, and the team barely reaches the bunker before one final explosion shakes the entrance. Mission accomplished. One casualty, the dog. And the show makes it land. The handler is broken, the team is gutted, and the episode sits in that grief longer than it sits in the victory. 2 seasons of Lioness math says a win that feels this bad is a down payment on something worse. Joe comes home from the deployment in the quiet hours of the morning, and for a minute it plays like the standard decompression scene we've seen close out a dozen episodes. Then, a knock. 2 men at the door claiming to be state police. And Joe, because she is Joe, clocks it instantly. They're not police. The facade drops, they attack, and Joe kills both men in her own house, with her family asleep upstairs. Neil wakes up to the aftermath, and the look on his face is the entire scene. He's not just horrified at the bodies, he's looking at the thing he was promised could never happen. For 2 full seasons, home was the one place the job could not reach. That protection is gone, permanently. So let's do the timeline math, because this is where the premiere gets genuinely clever. The home invasion at the end of the episode is attempt number 1, and it fails because they sent 2 men after Joe McNamara like that's enough. The cold open, Joe taken off her driveway, is where this is all heading. Roughly 6 months later, the premiere isn't teasing whether the enemy gets to Joe. It's telling you they DO, and daring you to watch how. Who sent them? The episode doesn't say it out loud, but the informant told us in scene 1, take Yurimov, and there will be serious retaliation. The CIA heard that, and assumed the Ukrainians would pay the bill. The SSD sent it to Joe's home address instead. The war on terror came home in season 2 as a theme. In season 3, it's a literal knock at the door. So, was Yurimov worth it? And who do you think sent the men to Joe's door? The SSD or someone closer? Drop your theory below. I read everything. All 16 season 1 and season 2 breakdowns are on the channel. Playlist on screen and in the description. And episode 2 gets the full breakdown next Sunday. Subscribe so you don't miss it, like the video so the algorithm hands it to the next person who just watched the premiere, and I'll see you inside the web.